Good afternoon, everyone from Ontario. Good evening and good afternoon, people in BC. Good morning, everyone in Australia. And thanks coming to YouTube all the way from down under. It is a wonderful opportunity for all of us to meditate and to do a little bit of practice. So I am going to start with the Lamrim, a little bit Lamrim teaching. And because last week I said I will teach Atisha's Lamrim text, Bodhipatta Patipam, lamp for the path to enlightenment. And Changchu Lamjidoma, Takasang Kasan de Dundang teacher, Atisha Changju Lamrim, Lamrim Utsure, and that's Shui, that's Asan Yambena, Jayana Wotene, Gomdeta, Migwachidachi, Otuchina, the Lunga Jiva Pui, Tuichi. So Atisha's Lamrim is the very first Lamrim, according to history, when Atisha arrived in Tibet, in the Kugi Kingdom, Western Tibet, upon the request by Lama Changchu, Tibetan king in the Kugi region. Atisha compiled this beautiful, most precious text. And so last week I read a little bit. I read 2 verses, and so now I will. I think I should maybe read those 2 verses because not so many people here last time. So I will read first. Understand there are 3 kinds of. This one. First, I pay homage with great respect to all the victors, ones of the 3 times, to their teachings, and to those who aspire to virtues. So Atisha paying homage to the victors of the 3 times means Atisha pay homage to Buddhas of the past, present, and future, and the teachings of the Buddhas. Tibetan word here, Tusum Jawa Tamji Tadang Ti Chodang. Kindunam la Kubachimbu Chachi Te Loma Sambo Chanju Kujoa Janju Lamjudo Marab Savrachas that the Chiki Dambu Utsuya Chanju Samba Jamba Yanujubala Chausalo Dinit Madu Uzura. So Atisha pay homage to the Buddhas of the past, present, future, and also pay homage to the teaching of the Buddha, and also people, bodhisattvas and disciples of the Buddha, and the practitioners. He pay homage to all those holy beings. Urged by the good disciple Changchu, I shall illuminate the lamp for the path to enlightenment. So the Changchu was the disciple of Atisha, the Tibetan king of the Ngari region, now Gugi region, and he requested. So then Atisha promising, saying he start saying, I will now write this path, this Lamrim book, Lamrim text, Bodhipatta Patipam Changchu Lamrim, upon the request by the king. And Changchu, he's a wonderful disciple, wonderful student. I will now write a text which explains the path to enlightenment, path to Buddha. And now here it begins. I understand there are 3 kinds of persons. Because of their small, middling, and supreme capacities, I shall write clearly distinguishing their individual characteristics. So Atisha is explaining, generally speaking, there are different kinds of people. I mean, of course, there are so many types of people, and particularly Dharma practitioners. We have many Dharma people, spiritual practitioners, but there are many types. They're not all same, right? Physical level, mental level, spiritual level, and is different. Also, different karma. We all have different karmas from the past lives. So we are here somehow. Our karma come together, but we are all somewhat different, and on the level of understanding, our potentials different. Somewhat we are same because we all want peace and happiness, good health, prosperity, enlightenment, Buddhahood for ourselves and for all sentient beings. And that is deep inside our consciousness. This is what we have. This is intentionally or unintentionally. This is what we want. Although we don't know always, we're not always conscious, not always aware. Why I say, because we all have the same kind of nature or basic mind, basic kind of thinking or motivation or interest, because we all have Buddha nature. We all have what we call Tathagata Garbha. Ta Pogela Sanji Risigero, Nanzu Tangmala Sanji Riores, somewhere. I said, Jawa Chambagi, and Julama, Chamchu Denga Yoratina, Julama and Alatene, Simpian Tambila Sanji Rios. So Buddha, Maitreya Buddha explained in his text, Mahayana Uttara Tantra, every sentient beings have a Buddha nature. All sentient beings are destined to become Buddha. Okay, this is very important, people, to remember, to know that we are all destined to become enlightened. This is very uplifting for us, especially in the good, especially in the bad times. And we must think, okay, one day we'll all get enlightened, but that could be a long way to go. In the meantime, we are also suffering. And when I say we, not just talking about Dharma people, talking about every sentient being, including animals like insects, mosquitoes, and they all have Buddha nature. Riyu chena luichin kun, sanji hingbo chen. Rik samala sanji riyu zane, ane riyu chena luichin kun, sanji hingbo chen. Luichin samala tane, takpa reshil sanji Ningbo Sanji Riyo Reso. So Maitreya Buddha said that all sentient beings have Buddha nature, always. Not like sometimes you have, sometimes don't have. For example, when you become angry, when you become mad, Buddha nature suddenly take off, disappears. And when you become nice and kind, and meditate on loving kindness and so on, suddenly Buddha nature comes back to you. And it's not like that. Buddha nature doesn't expire. The good thing, Buddha nature never expires. And even when we die, reincarnate again, and then reincarnate again. It depends. Doesn't matter where you're born, up and down, different realms, low realms or high realms, and so on and so on. The Buddha nature is always with us. For that reason, it says Tad Ingbochi Ri Chen Lujinkun. The Sanji Ningbo James always have the Buddha nature. So this is a wonderful to think about and not to forget. So there's now generally speaking, there's what we call according Lamrim teaching talks about explains about Jiwu Chenpo. From the top to the bottom, down, or from down to up. Jiwu is Tibetan word, means scope, person of small scope, person of medium scope, person of greater scope. Scope is Tibetan word Jew. So it means kind of person whose level of understanding or just kind of type of person on a spiritual sense, right? Jiu Qinjing Chung Sum. So those scopes, nothing to do with a male or female or gender or race or culture or whatever. Nothing to do with that. And as long as you're human beings and a sentient being, you could belong to one of the three scopes, right? So it says a small scope, medium scope, and middling and superior capacities. I shall write clearly distinguishing their individual characteristics. Chung dingda chochur base, jivu sumdu chebar cha. Teda sinyi rapsawa susu yewe tabar chas. So Atisha promised, I will write this text and according to the capacities of three levels, three scopes. I will explain what are they, what is small scope, what is medium scope, what is greater scope. Okay, so so I wouldn't explain all those things today. Actually now, I'll read this roughly and then go into Black Manjushri practice. So what is the definition of a small scope? So that jivu chungu vidini chinyi the kind of is, and know that those who by whatever means seek for themselves no more than the pleasure of secularly existence are person of the least capacity. And the Tibetan word is Kangshi Tamne Kandagi Korwe Dewa Tsamdala Rani Tunde Nirche Ba Tene Jivu Tama Shis. So what it means, so this is small person of the small scope, right? Person of the small scope is person who doesn't really have much kind of awareness or understanding of spirituality, doesn't have inspiration for spirituality, and beyond this life, doesn't really have much interest spiritualities. So when I'm talking about spirituality, I'm not talking about a religion, okay? Going to church, going to temple, or don't go to temple. I'm not talking about religion. There's a difference between spiritual and religion, and being a spiritual person or being a religious person. There's a big difference. For example, some people are spiritual person but not religious. Some people can be a religious but not spiritual person. Some people are both religious and spiritual, both. And some of neither or nor, like in Tibetan word we call muji, okay? Kind of like that. But I won't talk about it. Don't go there at this point. So basically here, when we talk about small scope, someone is only kind of thinking about themselves, my own life, my own welfare, my own happiness, and this life, and doesn't really think or have no interest about doing something for spiritually, doesn't have motivation, doing something for others, serving the community, or do some spiritual practice for future lives or enlightenment, this and that. Doesn't have any kind of interest, just thinking about myself, my own life. And so that is person of small scope. Is Tibetan would say Kangshi Tamne Kangdaki Kore Deva Tsamdalas Rani Tunda Nijiba. So only this life and this world, my own kind of life, my own circle, my own family, my own this and that. Okay. And that's roughly, I will explain next week, roughly about person of the small scope. Then the medium scope is who wish to not only have happiness, but who wish to liberate oneself. Here, Sibi Dela Jap, Choshin, Dibi Lele Do Dani, Kanshi, Ranshi Sam Tunyer, Jiwuden, Dingshi Chas. So those who seek peace for themselves alone, turning away from worldly pleasures and avoiding destructive actions, are said to be of middling capacities. So medium scope. So this person is spiritual person, seeking peace, seeking liberation. But for myself, again, still myself, more like what we call Hinayana Buddhist or Hinayanist, myself. So I seek liberation, seek peace. I want obtain good rebirth next lifetime. I would like to, not only that, and then life after life, or whenever, I would like to obtain nirvana. And in Sanskrit word is nirvana, and Pali word is nibbana. And eternal nirvana means eternal bliss. So Bhagela this Tharva nirvana said the Sanskrit Gerwa, the Tharva Toya, Narang Tondo, Naranjipu Tondo, Tharva Toya, then it has Giwa Duk Dibopong, Giwa Chu, Duk Dibopong to Jangarang, Rangitonga, Shangitonga, Samatangomai, Naranjipu, Tabada, Tabatoada, then the Mahobalachi Karzota, Milu, Tenju Miluda, then Toada, then Tabatoala, then they get some of the churching each, Jivan things, that's Chubarwa. So for myself, I would like to have a good health, a good life, and therefore I practice Dharma, I do the mantras, I do retreats, so on and so on. I do lots of yogas, different kinds of yogas, and then next life I would like to reborn as a Dharma person, so on and so on. And then I would, at some point I would like to achieve nirvana, peace for myself. So that's, you're still Dharma person, because it says, if you're only attached to this life, then you're not Dharma person. But if you're seeking liberation and good rebirth and liberation after this life, and then that is Dharma person. Why I say this? Because one of the four mindfulness or four awareness, according to Sakya tradition, Sakya is one of the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. It says, "Tsendela shena chuba means." Tsendela shena chuba means. So, if you are attached to this life, then you are not Dharma practitioner. So, Dharma practitioner, it has to be that detached to this world, and you have to have a good motivation to reach to reborn, and as a Dharma practitioner next lifetime on to reach peace, reach liberation and nirvana. And then whatever you do, whatever practice you do, Dharma practice, meditation or Lamrim, mindfulness, and practice Sutra or Tantra, whatever you do, you're a Dharma practitioner. Okay? So this is why it says, if you're attached to this life, then you're not Dharma practitioner. Which means if you're only attached to yourself, thinking by yourself, your own benefit, then that's not bodhicitta. I will explain that. That's the third scope. Okay. So so yeah, Gangshi Tamna Kangdagi, Kobe Deva Zamdala. Rani don't need you, but then the Jew Tamai, Jew Tamarashi is that material. Sibidilla, did you talk about the Jew Chondro? Sibidilla Jab Churching, Dilbele Dodani, Kanshi, Ranshi Samtoni, Jew links. Sibidilla Jab Churching. So the medium scope is the person who is sort of abandoned or renounced. In other words, renounce this life, this worldly life, and strongly resisting about creating negative karma and negative forces, and do not want to create any negative action, negative karma. For that reason, I take vows. Okay, we take refuge vow and bodhisattva vow, or whatever vow, right? Or usually refuge vow, and then precepts, 5 precepts, right? Because digba bang giwa do digba kasi bang tutu giwa kasi do tutu diga na dene kasi domba ale jamri domba shu dene ka meja da pomo la dene tiyaro genyeng domba ode dene domba shu. Then Zamzalang teaching Sonyung Dombashi, Chuzun Studio Ring, teaching Sonyung in Yamlachene, or to Kala Masache, Kala thematic such Shasa Yomaratani, Elishimo Jerwa, Karina da, the Bakasi Bang to which Yawakasi do to Nijachi. So as much as possible, you practice Dharma within 24 hours, right? So just always practicing Dharma. And I don't mean like don't do anything else and don't go to work and don't do anything. So what I mean is mainly your sort of principal goal of life and principal involvement, sort of thing is about Dharma, Dharma, practice Dharma. So I think that's enough for now. So this is the medium scope. Then I will explain a little bit about the greater scope for now, just briefly. And so here, those who, through their personal suffering, truly want to end completely all the suffering of others are person of supreme capacity. Ranju tobe dongal chi, ranju tobe dongal chi, kanshi yinji dongal kun. Yangda sebar kun ne de, deni jiwin cho yino. So, person of the great capacity, or what we call the great scope, person of the great scope is something like this. After experiencing one's own life, cycle of life, we go through the life, and as a child, teenage, then midlife, and then go through all sorts of ups and downs, so-called midlife crisis, this and that. And, life is always have lots of crises. In the West, you call it a midlife crisis or emptiness syndrome, and then old age crisis. What sort of, I don't know these words, but any samsara is, the whole samsara is crisis. And so we go through lots of stuff up and down, right? So then after realizing I go through so much, I went through so much up and downs myself. I'm actually very fortunate. I'm live here, after going through so much. But I should do something because I'm Dharma practitioner. I should do something for the benefit of others, all sentient beings. I can't just sort of sit and relax and not to do anything, think and forget about others. That's not right. That's not Dharma. So I should do something for the benefit of all sentient beings. So this attitude is called what we call bodhicitta, right? So then after seeing my own suffering, then I imagine how much suffering that others have to go through. My suffering is nothing comparing to other people's suffering. My suffering is like tip of the what they call iceberg, whatever the English term. I'm not 100% sure, and like that. And there are so many places in the world, so many millions of people that their situation is so bad, so difficult. Right now, so many people suffering. They worry about how do I bring food on the table for my children, and I might lose my house, mortgage, this and that. So people are really worrying right now. There's lots of anxiety, you see. So I feel like I want to do something. Maybe I should give some money every day, every week. I mean, for the food bank and feed the hunger, whatever I can. So thinking this kind of attitude is bodhichitta or momba simji, yukpa simji. Momba simji means wishing bodhichitta, and then first you need a wishing bodhichitta, then you need a practical bodhichitta. Like yukpa simji. Tangi pagi to the shugi that you chimbo say the tendere. So dene and Atisha song wa. So dunga de so dunga de so michela dunga nyung. Then dunga mambu nyung sarota. Jive donga gasa gebe donga nave donga tini donga mambo yarata lamrim na mambo shio moga che so kora ko mando gasa chaban dije donga juve donga ge donga ola so tatine donga mambo yoro donga mambo so nyong sai tini da ngan mi jigro ine semje thamje da ina tayo mari tanga jayo mari for example indele mi saya karsate mangbo tungju mangbo semje la jin loya man do ji ya lembana o del din buto makase do lo no tende inda semje so shida longa ya tende da semje thamje da nga ji karche wores ji jigin gom jagi chu jigin nyamnen ji ene khandon da nga da ya tene ya ma te ji program che trin khasa mi tu da mi jo go mangbo yon zambul la bo tanda na cha du je neyam di 총원들이 사야 통해서 미치고서 가보지 그래. 당에 지금 가르쳐 버려서 된게 지금인데 선지 가르쳐 두두지 아무도 전에 제가 될 근데 그놈들라 전주선 아고는 누구 지우 친구 그놈으로 와 어떤데 다도 쉬어이 내 두두시어 싫어만 보세요지 쉬어야 되는데 so you cultivate conventional bodhicitta, okay, wishing bodhicitta, and then practical bodhicitta, do something, right? So now, what I want to say here is that we can do things. We could donate some money for the food bank and buy some medicine, and also the young people should go and do some shopping, help the seniors. They are most vulnerable at this point. Help. This is an opportunity for us. At the same time, young people also should be careful themselves for their own health. So we do what we can. And then those of us those people, seniors, we are kind of worried going out. And then you think, what do I do? I'm a senior. I can't do much. Well, you can do lots. We can do a lot of things. We can practice Dharma. This, as I said earlier, this is the opportunity for us. You stay in your home. And stay home is the best. And home, even food is homemade food is the best food. Okay, and they say when the baby is born, home birth is the best birth. You deliver the baby at home, better than being in the hospital, unless there's a danger for the mother. Okay, and home cooking is the best. And stay home, practice home. So what is the problem? So us seniors, I'm not just talking about just seniors, everybody. So you practice Dharma, meditate, loving kindness and compassion. You do Tonglen practice and for all sentient beings. At this time, your daily practice, at the end of the daily practice, you dedicate your practice for all these people in the world who are having anxieties, lots of suffering. And a lot of people have died in China, Italy, Iran, and more people are dying. And soon, I hope, we'll find some solution and to reduce the virus, reducing that, and also everybody take responsibilities, and so we should meditate. We should practice loving kindness. We could dedicate our practice, mantras and sadhanas, whatever you do, Lamrim meditation, dedicate the merit for reducing this virus, control this virus. And that's very good. That's very good for us. And they say, I hear, right? And one of the things what we should do is protection. We should boost our immune system. The stronger immune system you have a less chance to get the virus. So people are going crazy, right? And buying lots of vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin A, whatever. And elderberries. I bought elderberry syrup, elderberry juice, and I was told elderberry is good. And Atisha and so forth, right? But there is another kind of immune boosting thing is the meditation, your daily meditation, sadhana practice, mantras, and deity yoga. You pray to your deity, Yamantaka, Heruka, Vajra Yogini, Chitta Manitara, whichever your deity is. And also you pray to your protectors, Mahakala, Palden Lamo, and Veshavarana, and Setapa, and Achichuji Doma, and so forth. Your own personal Dharma protectors. Pray to them. You pray and make tea offerings every night. So this will help you to boosting your immune system, mental energy, mental power, reducing your fear and anxiety. Okay, your own. One less person is worrying makes a difference for the world. One more person worrying, it makes it difficult for the world. And, everything starts from 1, then 2, 3, 4. And this is how the virus started, from 1 or 2, and then keep growing, right? So anyway, inner immune system, mental immune system. If I'm saying the wrong word, I'm not sure, English word. Sometimes English word and Tibetan mixing together or translating is sometimes go funny. But I think you people understand. Most people here have heard from me, my voice, my style of teaching many times. So you're familiar with my way of talking. And some of you probably knew. And I'm trying to explain things very clearly as much as possible. So you pray, meditate, do your daily practice, dedicate. So this is a wonderful. This way we can help the community, a world community, right? And so I think that's brief introduction to Lamrim.